Imagine waking up tomorrow. No electricity, no heating, no grocery stores, no winter jacket. Outside, the temperature is minus 30 degrees Celsius. The wind slices through your skin like a knife. Somewhere in the darkness, a pack of wolves is following your tracks, and if the cold doesn't kill you first, starvation probably will. Now imagine this isn't a nightmare. It's your everyday life. Not for a week, not for a month, for thousands of years. This was the world our ancestors called home. Against every odd, they survived. Not only survived, they conquered one of the harshest environments Earth has ever created. But how? How did a nearly hairless primate, with no metal tools, no medicine, and no modern technology, outlive mammoths, cave lions, and an ice age that wiped out countless species? The answer is one of the greatest survival stories ever told. When people imagine the ice age, they usually picture endless snow, gigantic glaciers, and woolly mammoths wandering across frozen landscapes. That image isn't wrong, but it barely scratches the surface. The Ice Age wasn't just cold, it was unpredictable, brutal, and completely unforgiving. Around 20,000 years ago, during the last glacial maximum, massive ice sheets covered much of North America and northern Europe. Sea levels were over 120 meters lower than today. Entire continents were connected by land bridges that no longer exist. Every winter tested one simple question: would your family survive until spring? For millions of animals, the answer was no. For humans, the answer became yes, but not because we were stronger, because we were smarter. Most people think fire simply kept ancient humans warm. It did. But warmth was only the beginning. Fire transformed human life in ways almost impossible to imagine. Without fire, raw meat was harder to digest. Dangerous bacteria survived. Calories were wasted. Cooking unlocked more energy from food. That extra energy helped fuel one of evolution's greatest achievements: the human brain. Fire also scared away predators. Imagine sleeping while cave lions roamed outside. A roaring fire wasn't comfort. It was security. It dried wet clothes, hardened wooden spears, provided light during endless winter nights, and created something even more valuable: a place where people gathered. Around the fire, stories were shared. Knowledge passed from one generation to the next. The fire wasn't just keeping bodies alive, it was keeping civilization alive. Humans have one major problem. We don't have fur. A naked human in freezing temperatures can die within hours. So our ancestors invented something nature never gave us: clothing. But Ice Age clothing wasn't simply animal skins thrown over the shoulders. Archaeologists have discovered tiny bone needles over 30,000 years old. Needles so delicate they rival modern craftsmanship. That means these people weren't wrapping hides around themselves. They were tailoring clothes. Layer by layer. Inner insulation, outer protection, water resistance, windproof hoods, fitted boots. Exactly the same layering system outdoor experts recommend today. They even softened leather using brain tanning, a process that turned stiff animal hides into flexible waterproof clothing. Every hunt provided food, but also jackets, boots, blankets, shelters. Nothing was wasted. Finding shelter during an ice age wasn't easy. Caves helped, but caves weren't everywhere, so humans built their own homes. Not from wood, not from bricks, from mammoth bones. Yes, entire houses made from the skeletons of giant ice age mammals. Massive tusks formed roof supports. Huge bones created sturdy walls. Animal hides sealed out the freezing wind. Inside, families cooked, raised children, made tools, shared stories. These weren't temporary camps. They were real homes, built with planning, engineering, and incredible teamwork. What happens when you kill a mammoth, but can't eat it all? Today we'd freeze it. Ancient humans did exactly the same thing. Nature already built the freezer. Permafrost, frozen ground that stayed cold year-round. They buried meat beneath the ice, stored fat inside animal stomachs, dried strips of meat over fire. Some researchers even believe they created an early version of pemmican, a mixture of dried meat, rendered fat, and berries. Portable, nutritious, able to last for months. Winter survival wasn't about finding food. It was about planning months ahead. Modern survival stories often celebrate the lone hero. Ancient humans survived by doing the opposite. No one survived alone. Every person had a purpose: hunters, tool makers, firekeepers, storytellers, healers, elders. The oldest members of the group weren't burdens. They were living libraries. They remembered where rivers stayed unfrozen, which valleys sheltered animals, which plants remained edible beneath the snow. Their memories saved lives. Knowledge became humanity's greatest weapon. The smartest survival strategy wasn't fighting winter, it was moving with it. Humans followed migrating animals across enormous distances: reindeer, bison, mammoths. Entire communities traveled hundreds of kilometers every year. They memorized rivers, mountain passes, shelters, seasonal food sources. They carried maps, not on paper, but inside their minds, generation after generation. When people ask what helped humans survive the Ice Age, many answer fire, or clothing, or weapons. But all of those came from one place: the human mind. We could imagine problems before they happened, prepare before disaster arrived, teach others what we learned. No other animal planned like this. No other species built homes from bones, tailored clothing, stored food for months, or passed survival knowledge through stories. Humans didn't simply react to nature. We anticipated it. That changed everything. The Ice Age wasn't just a test of strength. It was a test of intelligence, of cooperation, of creativity. Our ancestors didn't survive because they were the fastest or the strongest. They survived because they worked together, because they planned ahead, because they refused to stop learning. Every heated home, every winter jacket, every hot meal exists because someone, tens of thousands of years ago, refused to give up. The next time you step inside on a freezing winter night, remember this: your greatest survival tool isn't your house, or your heater, or your technology. It's the same thing that carried humanity through the Ice Age: the incredible ability to think, adapt, and solve problems together. That's the reason you're here today. If you enjoyed this journey into humanity's greatest survival story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let me know in the comments. Which Ice Age survival skill do you think would be the hardest to master? Because the story of human survival is far from over.